how we doing? So today's events are going to be centered around Cuba and Iran. We've got some developing stuff going on in Cuba. So latest I saw, the Cuban government is folding. They're basically just capitulating, knuckling under to whatever the US wants. Latest I saw was they were going to allow US citizens who are also Cuban nationals actually own businesses back on the Cuban soil. It's so much fun, Casby. Like, I really like Ghost of Tsushima. It's a lot of fun. I've been killing Mongols all morning. I was killing them all night. But, yeah, back to Cuba. Like, kind of crazy what's going on there. Like, I'm really interested to see what happens with all of this, because Trump is literally knocking out all of our enemies. Like, I know, like, how much people want to cry and say, oh, he's a horrible person. It's literally just because they don't like him. Like, everything that he's doing is awesome. He's doing amazing things. Like, he stole a president? No, he stole a dictator that stole the presidency. There's a difference. Big difference. And then the Americas causing Cuba's problems. No, we just have a trade embargo. We've had a trade embargo with Cuba since like the 60s. And do you know what a trade embargo means, you guys? Trade embargo means we just have a hands-off policy. And what a hands-off policy is, it means we don't deal with you. It's not our problem if you suck and your economy crumbles. It's not our problem. That's what a trade embargo means. It means it's not our problem. It's your problem. It is a horrible situation, Michael, but it's still not our problem. Because we didn't make that mess. They made that mess. And they decided to partner up with fucking criminals. And yes, we are the ones that are blowing up the criminals that they are partnered with. But that is still not our fault. Like, they shouldn't have been partners with criminals. They chose to be partners with criminals because they couldn't be partners with us because they're dictatorial fucking communist sons of bitches. Like, it's just the way it is. Also, if you did not see, Cesar Chavez is being accused of sexually abusing underage girls. That literally just broke. Like, within the last couple hours. So if you guys haven't heard anything about that, like, yeah, it's very bad. Cesar Chavez, he was a civil rights icon for Hispanics. And they made a movie about him starring Michael Pena, and yep, he was raping little girls. Who would have thought? Hollywood fucking loves them some pedos. Alright, let's get into some real stuff. First up, we got Cuba! Cuba! These are going to be shorter videos. Like, I got 2 of them. It's like 40 minutes total. So it'll take us like an hour and a half to get through it. Then we'll have an hour and a half of gaming. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, you don't know about the gaming. But if you would be over here on Kick, you could be with the gaming. But we're probably going to be playing Ghost of Tsushima afterward. I've been playing it like all week so far, so probably what we keep going with. Oops, I can't do that yet. Damn it. Forgot to do that. Alright, let's do it. Cuba!
So, just in, U.S. President says Cuba will fall pretty soon. Alright, so this was a little bit ago. In fact, when he said he would take over Cuba friendly like. Alright, he's gonna take over Cuba in a friendly fashion.
The Cuban government is talking with us. They're in a big deal of trouble, as you know. They have no money. They have no anything right now.
How did they lose all their money? How did they lose all of their things? Does anyone know how they lost all...
You guys are going to get to pick. I'm not sure yet. Like, if it goes the way that you guys voted yesterday, we'll play Ghost of Tsushima again. But you guys will get to decide. Nobody voted for Battlefield yesterday. It's not my fault nobody voted yesterday. You guys are the ones that didn't vote.
All of their things and all of their money? Is anyone paying attention to politics? Oh, it's because we toppled Venezuela and made them our bitch. Yes, that is exactly how. I know I'm not supposed to say we made them our bitch because it sounds like I'm a warmonger, but in my opinion, abducting communist dictators is...
I'm finally getting the hang of fucking slicing fucking Mongols up, dude. Like, of course I'm getting addicted. Like, I started learning some new techniques. Like, I learned this new one last night where you do the pose and then you hold the button and then you let go. He does another new move. I started doing that last night. Fucking, oh man.
Is actually based. And all the people of Venezuela are happier for it. So yes, now that we have turned Venezuela, the regime, into our bitch, freed the people, liberated them from communism, literally they're all better off for it. We're making deals with them. Everyone's happy.
Great.
We get oil. It's awesome.
Except for the
now all of a
liberals.
sudden Cuba's out of shit. So now that Cuba's out of shit, no one has money in Cuba. No one in Cuba has money. So for some reason, people in Cuba are very unhappy. What do you mean? Did we have something to do with it?
Or electricity. Because all of their electricity runs off of oil for some reason.
But they're talking with us, and maybe we'll have a friendly takeover of Cuba.
A friendly takeover of Cuba. All right. I mean, they're looking at what happened in Iran. They're looking at what happened in Venezuela. These retards want a friendly takeover.
We could very well end up having a friendly takeover of Cuba.
God damn.
After many, many years, we've had a lot of years of dealing with Cuba.
Decades of dealing with these communist fuckwads, all right? And Mr. President Donald J. Trump is the one that's actually getting them to even talk to us, right? Cuba was an outpost for Russia and China in our hemisphere, and suddenly, all of a sudden,
you guys remember the
so
Cuban
much
Missile
We
Crisis?
stopped funding USAID, which propped up leftist
No,
bullshit
none of you
throughout
do.
the
None of
universe.
us were alive when it happened. But I remember what it is.
Literal lesbian and gay theory tap dancing classes to fucking aliens on Neptune, or with USAID. So USAID stops. All right, all these communist regimes start collapsing. All of a sudden, oopsie poopsie, they're out of oil and out of money because oopsie poopsie, Venezuela's now our bitch. And now we're gonna have a friendly takeover.
I've been hearing about Cuba since I'm a little boy, but they're in big trouble, and
We can help.
we could very well something.
We can help.
I think very positive for the people that were expelled or worse from Cuba.
The most terrifying thing any dictator could possibly hear. Donald Trump is here to help. Oh my god.
I'm
This
from the
motherfucker
government,
just shows
and I'm
up
here
his
to
version
help.
of friendly. Are you crying? Are you crying for the leftist dictator? All right, go cry. Cry more, actually, please. So
Yeah.
Donald Trump's been hinting at this for
Please
a little
cry
bit now.
harder.
All right, I'm giving you the little lore before we talk about the riots and protests that are going on.
It helps
right now.
us figure out
All right,
who
so
the
this
fuck
was
is
Trump
really on our
literally
side.
a week ago.
And it's my distinct privilege to say what no American president has ever had the chance to say before. Welcome to the White House.
Japan is fucking baller next. Like that's how.
Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi is, my son said, Dad, you know who's going to be there today? And I said, no. I got a lot of things going on. He said, Messi. I said, really? He's a big fan. He's a big fan of yours. He thinks you're just a great person, and I think
Dude, this man is literally...
Oh god. See, like literally, do you see the way oh you can't see. You can't see. You can't. You can't see. Ah, you cannot. Look at the way that Messi is looking at the president. Alright, you guys? Like that's some real love. Like, you better stay a couple feet away from my president, sir. Like, I don't trust you getting that close to my president with eyes like that. Alright, sir? Just, you stay over there. No touching my president.
breaking the leftoid mind in real time every day. Like, this guy was an
Might
icon.
break him, you
You got to meet
I
him.
mean, still is an icon, but all of a sudden leftists are burning his jerseys and stuff. It's awesome.
For a while. So he's a big soccer fan, but he's a tremendous fan of yours and a gentleman named Ronaldo. We have
Yeah, it won't be too long before we have him over here working with us, too. That'll be good. piss off everybody. Get him to come play for one of the American soccer teams.
Cristiano is.
Oh my god, I saw the funniest meme. I don't know if you guys saw it. The para the Special Olympics. I don't know if that's called that. The Paralympics. I don't know, but the people that can't walk and can play hockey, like those really fucking talented people. U.S. kicked Canada's ass for the gold. We love gold. Yes, we do. We're gonna start calling hockey ice soccer. Somebody made a meme, and that's what we're gonna name it. It's no longer called hockey. It's ice soccer. Deal with it.
Great. You're great. Boy, some big champions, some great athletes in that sport, and people that really love what they're doing, and they're doing it well. And it's an honor for us and everybody at the White House to be.
Pretty incredible stuff, all in all. Who came from Cuba? You're going back. Pretty diabolical stuff. I love that Benny Johnson literally attached the wrong video to his tweet, and still it was iconic as fuck. And I'm sure someone's very unhappy about it somewhere, so it was worth it.
Yeah.
We're not cutting this out of the video. But
No.
he literally did say, who came from Cuba? You're going back. You won't need die approval. You'll just fly back when I can see that. It's going to be a great day. We're going to celebrate that separately. I just want to wait a couple of weeks. All right, so Donald Trump says, we're just going to wait a couple of weeks. All right, just a few weeks. A few weeks of waiting, and we'll see what happens. Well, here we are, a few weeks later. In case you missed it, last night, anti-communist protesters stormed the local headquarters of the Communist Party in Moron, Cuba, and set the building on fire.
Yeah,
the
they
Cuban
did that.
people has had enough. So let's just catch you up on Donald Trump's stance on Cuba, because I'm sure you're going to have your Tucker Carlsons and
Did you see the look in Messi's eyes there, Ray? Soccer is clearly for gay men. I don't know if we're breaking any news here, but Messi is definitely gay. Like, if you guys could not tell from the way that he was looking at our president, Messi wants to get railed.
your people being like, Trump betrayed his base.
Like, if Trump told him to bend over, he would just do it.
Trump said no wars, which is a lie. He said no long wars. He said no stupid wars. He never said no wars.
That is exactly what that look was, and you can deny it all you want, but that's what it was.
And also, liberating Cuba is not a war. It's a side quest. Get it right, homies. All right, so this was Trump literally, what year was this? Hold up. This was Trump literally 26 years ago. 26 years ago. This was in the year 2.
Yeah. Trump hates Cuba. He hates them.
2000. All right, talking about Cuba.
Thank you very much. I've had a lot of offers, and sadly, it's all been very recently, to go into Cuba on deals, business deals, real estate and other deals. And I've rejected them on the basis that I will go when Cuba's free.
Oh, shit.
As you know, and the people in this room know better than anyone, putting money and investing money in Cuba right now doesn't go to the people of Cuba. It goes into the pockets of Fidel Castro.
That's right, the communists.
He's a killer. He's a bad guy in every respect. Castro's...
Can you guys imagine a time where Cuba is a province of America? Or just another state of America? And we could just, like, go there? Like, oh my god, I would love to go to Cuba. I would go be a tourist in Cuba if I didn't have to worry about being killed. Like, Cuba looks awesome from afar.
Jails are full of dissidents, as you know very well. His graveyards are full of patriots, and his government is full of thugs.
This dude's been on fire for years. It's insane.
And it's inconceivable to me when I see...
You know what's even crazier to me? My uncle hates this man. Absolutely hates this man. And I love this man. I absolutely love this man. My favorite fucking human on the planet.
the weak stance taken by our current administration, especially with the spirit in this room, because the spirit of the Cuban people is beyond any spirit that I've seen by any people, and I've been watching it for a long time.
Oh my God.
And we can't allow him to get away with this program of coming to this country, hiring our best consultants, hiring our best lobbyists, and all of a sudden, senators and various other people miraculously are on the side of Fidel Castro.
How did this happen?
Yeah,
Oh my
weird.
goodness. What administration is finally going to put an end to this communist tyranny? Well, I think we know.
Now the battle is almost getting tougher, and it should be a battle that would
Only
be
the
won or
orange
almost
dawn.
won by now. The point is that things can turn around, and they can turn
First
around
base gig.
very rapidly.
Yes, they
And
can.
I believe that you will have victory. I
Oh,
believe
boy.
you'll have victory sooner.
I can't believe this was 26 years ago. Bro's been literally on the mark. Like, if you look back at Trump for like the last 40 years, he's been saying, we're going to take out Iran, we're going to obliterate Cuba, we're going to free Venezuela. He's been saying all this shit. And now it's like he has this little checklist, this little to-do list of random shit that he wants to clean up. And he's just doing it. He's just actually doing it. In
You know,
his
it's
first
funny.
term, Trump built the military. In his second term,
I was actually having this argument with my mother-in-law 5 years ago now. So back in 2020, during the election, when it was Biden and Trump going at it, that was my argument to my mother-in-law, was his first 4 years he had to play to his base. His second 4 years he can do all the things that he wanted to do. Like, because that's what every presidency is in your first election. Like, your first election, as soon as you're elected, you're already starting to campaign for your second election. You have to. You have to. You have to think in terms of your next election from the second you walk into the presidency the first time. The second time, you don't have to worry about that shit because you ain't running again. You can literally do all the things that you've wanted to do as a president. Because the first presidency, you have to still play the politics game. Your second presidency, this is where you actually enact all of the shit that you wanted to do. And I felt at heart like he really would actually do a lot of good things when he got his second term. And I really like that I'm being vindicated, even though I didn't have it recorded at the time, which sucks. It really sucks I didn't have it recorded, but fuck, I'm so happy all this shit's happening.
he's freaking using it, and it's very entertaining.
Rather than later. And you will win.
That's
you
right.
are going to win.
That's
and
right.
I'm going to be down here and I'm going to watch you win. I don't know what capacity I'll be. I'll either be the greatest developer in the country or the greatest president that you've had.
This was in the year 2000. Oh my god.
Long time. I'm not sure.
Oh my god. This was in the year 2000. Holy crap.
This trip has been
And a quarter century later, the Teflon Don is proven correct.
very unusual. I've learned a tremendous amount. Jorge has taken me to more. I have met more Cubans than I knew existed. And they are great people. And now
They
we're
are really
friends.
cool.
And I'm going to be here whenever you need me.
I used to work on a road crew with a couple of Cubans. Those guys are fucking awesome. Like, they work just as hard as the Mexicans. Don't get mad at me. That's what they prefer to be called. Like, I've literally gotten into this argument with people at work back when I was working. Like, they're from Mexico. They actually prefer to be called Mexicans over Hispanics because that's just lumping them all together. That makes you racist.
If I could meet
Promise kept.
Castro right now, I'd have personally 2 words for him. Adios, amigo. We'll see you very soon. Thank you very much.
Wow, so it seems like Donald Trump, 26 years ago, really didn't like the Cuban communist regime. And it seems like it's all coming to fruition. This is the current dictator of Cuba. Castro's castrated already. He's dead. Miguel Diaz-Canel announced on a national broadcast Cuba has submitted to Trump and are now negotiating with the United States. This is historic, all right? People haven't been negotiating for the United States for a very long time. Bro turned to the left and he saw Venezuela. He turned to the right and he saw Iran. And he's like, you know what? You know what? I'm ready to negotiate with the United States. I'm sorry,
Yes,
Chinese
sir.
overlords. There's a new boss in town we have to contend with immediately. All right? So the brave people of Cuba have taken over the headquarters of the Communist Party de Ciego da Villa. The rebels set fire to the building. Dude. Like, quite literally, 2026 is the year of the Great Crusade. I said it literally January 1st on my first video of the year. It's the year of the Great Crusade. People are tired of this new order of libtard bullshit and leftist strangulation, which in my opinion is an offshoot of feminism, but we could talk about that another day. Basically feminizing the entire West. No, we actually have to cuck ourselves. We're not allowed to actually do things. Doing things is actually bad. It's toxic masculinity that does things. All right, we don't do things, all right? I could give you my entire theory on that another time. But the reality is, people are tired of the order of libtards. We're done with it. Like, this globalist bullshit pushing, quite literally, belief systems that are antithetical to normal humanity.
This is a nut train. I got nothing to do with it.
No, you actually have to live like this. The reality is we don't
I am not saying nothing about no feminism
your
being wrong. I'm not going to go
and
there.
It's 2026. All right, Elon Musk bought Twitter. We
I'm
can
not
have regular conversations, and we are done. We are done with this old order of treaties and bullshit and cringe.
I got no problem pissing off a Muslim, but I ain't pissing off no women.
And submitting to the cucks around the world that are telling you, oh, it's international law. You're not allowed to kill terrorist dictators. Well, we actually don't fucking care anymore. All right, you've gotten us to the point we don't care.
Well,
right?
that's true.
So
I
this
really
old
could give a
order
shit
of
less.
garbage and empathy is dead. It's over. It's
Like all those people that are fucking crying, like, Israel are terrorists. Brr, Trump's a terrorist. Brr. No, the people that are getting blown up are the terrorists. Like, that's usually who we target.
actually done. And the young people, specifically young men, are getting up and realizing, no, we don't have to live like this anymore. And we're really tired of it, actually. So 2026 is the year where every country is just taking their country back.
Oh, by the way, if anybody saw all the reports that nobody is sending any warships to the Strait of Hormuz, Argentina did, in fact, on, like, Monday. Yeah, Monday. They sent 4 warships to the Strait of Hormuz. It's basically all of them. Argentina doesn't have a whole lot. Yeah, I think 2 destroyers and 2 corvettes were sent.
Look how insane this is. Like just lighting the communist headquarters on fire.
That was the report I saw anyway. Whether or not it's true, we'll find out if the ships show up there, but I mean, I would assume probably, like, we're pretty close with that Argentina guy. Millet, I think. I don't know, the dude with the cool sideburns.
Absolute cinema. Latin Americans are literally going around protesting, make Cuba great again. Oh, don't worry, a fat communist in California actually told me that the Cubans don't want to be free.
Yeah, well.
Dude.
But Greta Thunberg said that America was the bad guys. What's going on?
El trompo.
I could have sworn that didn't Greta just say that we were the imperialists and we were the ones in the wrong? Why do the people like us?
Presidente. That's probably what he was saying. El trompo mucho grande. Make Cuba mucho grande again. That's probably what they were saying. I'm just translating for my English speakers in the audience.
He did seem pretty happy.
I obviously don't speak Mexican. But there we go. These are actual patriots. Not like the paid, funded George Soros protests. Not these globalized fake ideologies that people have to make believe they actually have. These are people that actually want to make Cuba great again. And they're calling El Trumpo to actually get involved. What's going on? Just fill out the checklist, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Cuban protesters reportedly stormed the Communist Party headquarters. Bomb Iran. Lights in Havana go out. Bomb Iran more. Cuban government over negotiations with Trump. Bomb Iran even more. Protesters in Cuba stormed the party headquarters. We could just do things. And people around the world are realizing we can just do things. Now, here's the funny thing. A lot of people aren't willing to address the reality. All right, this is the fix everything easily switch. All right, you can't press that switch. They say there is no switch. Nobody actually wants to see any switch pressing. You are a switch pressing obsessed maniac. It is simply not possible to press this switch. To be honest, it's quite frankly terrifying to even think of pressing such a switch. Hey, buddy, just get fucked if you even thinking of pressing the switch. Fuck you. Fuck you. You have a ridiculous fantasy where you can just press the switch. The middle ground is not switch pressing. Yeah, if people say you shouldn't press the switch, then maybe don't press the switch. All right, I love how all of my communist impressions are just Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Actually, it isn't as easy as pressing a switch. The oligarchy is trying to press switches, and they really shouldn't. And this is quite literally what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a lot of boomers in the boomerocracy, all right, this globalized boomerocracy of left-leaning fuckwads that are just sitting there telling you that you're not allowed to press the fix everything easily switch because you have to jump through hula hoops of bureaucratic steps. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people trying to, there's a Cuban community in America, and there's a Cuban community, obviously, in Cuba. All right,
Yeah.
70 miles away from each other. Miami, all right, has a massive Cuban community. Super good. Everyone's doing well. It's a great community. Massive benefits to the American country by these people being there. They're fantastic people. Okay? All right? 70 miles away. Same people. Same genes. All right? Same family. All right? Same culture. Absolute shithole. What's the difference? Literally, what's the difference? I don't see any Cubans in Miami trying to get back to Cuba. All right, protests break out in Cuba over current regime. Rubio is ready. All right, and it's actually insane. Look at this shit. Protesters in Cuba hurling rocks at Communist Party office in Moron as fire roars in the front of the building. Dude, look at this. This is insane. God damn.
Is that a light? I think I see why they're pissed, you guys. So, widespread blackouts, and their lights are still on. Their lights are still on. The fire's outside, not inside. That's a light. They've still got power.
Wild, dude. Like, this is wild that we're seeing this in our lifetime. I'm not gonna lie. Years we've been wanting this. All right, of course, the Democratic Socialists, this is the Democratic Socialists of America. These people have been tied to multiple political assassinations in the United States, even though no one wants to talk about it for some reason. I think this should be...
Hey, I mean, they could always designate them as terrorists and do a kinetic strike while they're on their way to Cuba.
Labeled as a terrorist entity and should be disbanded. All right.
Just
we have the
saying,
Communism Enforcement
Homeland
Act.
Security.
The person that assassinated Charlie Kirk was tied to the Democratic Socialists of America. The person that assassinated the two Israeli Christians in Washington, D.C., tied to the Democratic Socialists of America. Quite literally, I think that these people are dangerous. So, of course, obviously, they ally with Cuba, a communist country. DSA is going to Cuba. 20 DSA members are joining the Nuestra America convoy this March 21st. We'll bring much-needed material aid, volunteer our labor and solidarity, show the world Cuba is under siege.
So that starts on Saturday.
So we are
Let's
quite literally look at the optics. A bunch of rich, white, American socialists are going to Cuba to tell them not to overthrow communism. It is absolute cinema. We are living in the dumbest of times. These people are incredible. All right, you have people actually rising up against the Cuban government. All right, this is after the U.S. captured Maduro in January. Trump ordered Venezuela to halt oil exports to Cuba. The loss of 35,000 BPD cut half of Cuba's supply January 29th. Trump threatened tariffs on countries sending oil to Cuba. Mexico folded, obviously, and Cuba's electrical grid runs 80% on oil. Cuba had blackouts for 8 days. People are protesting, burning down the communist government buildings. All right. Marco Rubio, his parents came from Cuba, is likely behind the strategy. Maybe. Big Marcus has been cooking lately. So here we have people frustrated with the communist government. They're overthrowing the communist government, and a couple of white, liberal, rich Nepo babies decided we are going to go to Cuba and explain to them why they shouldn't actually overthrow the communist dictatorship that's been torturing you for years. Unbelievable stuff. Large-scale protests all over Cuba against the communist regime. Unbelievable. A friendly takeover. Dude, the communist shit is dead. No one cares about it anymore. Cuba's
No, fuck
announcing they're
communism.
opening their economy, allowing for private business ownership and foreign direct investment from the Cuban diaspora. They want to strike a deal with the U.S. Presidents have been trying to do this for 65 years. All Trump had to do was turn the lights off. We had stupid leaders who never thought of that. We have a literal switch, all right? The fix everything instantly switch. And every fucking retard is telling you, no, don't press the switch.
That's really
it goes
true,
against
Claudia.
the bureaucratic process. Kill all.
That's why you have to turn it into comedy for people to watch. Like, if this wasn't so funny through Nux, like, we couldn't watch it. Like, that's why we can't watch the crap news. Well, half of it's lying to you.
All communists in ways that make them fear us for generations. Big Marcus prepping his generational run right now. It's unbelievable. Where can I sign up? Dear Cubans, it always starts with an internal protest. Look at Iran. Look at Iran. We will be greeted as liberators, not conquerors. I hope you understand the difference. The difference is very clear, actually. All right? In history, we will be regarded as liberators. And I hope you fucking cry about it. That's right. I actually want you to protest. All right? I love leftist protests now. I want you to cry. I want you to spend your day crying that we're actually the fucking good guys. Please, please keep doing it. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Even Asmongold is noticing.
Here it is. Mass protests across Cuba.
There it
Cuba
is.
enters its 8th straight night without power as the protests spread across the island. No fuel shipments in 3 months, batteries running on firewood, and now Havana is talking to Washington for the first time because they have no other choice. Holy shit.
That's rough, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
How's he on a bike?
All right. Someone has to tell all these people that there's a fat communist in California that's against this. All right, they have to stop protesting the government immediately. All right, there's a fat communist in California whose dad is a billionaire that's very unhappy about this.
Well, probably because there's not as much fuel it requires. Holy shit. The brave people of Cuba have just taken over the headquarters of the Communist Party. These rebels set fire to the building, setting the Communist building on fire.
You see, this is actually symbolism
That is
for
still
how communists
with
are burning in hell.
See all the lights? Lots of lights.
I want you to understand something. I don't hate communists because
They turned off the power to all the island except for themselves. Because they're better than their people, according to them.
communism is a flawed system. I hate communists because they're evil. Right? There's a very big difference. All right. It says in the Bible, "Thou shalt not steal."
Not bullshit. Look, this is the 8th day. They're protesting because they've been without power for 8 days. But there's still power to the building that they are attacking. That's probably why they are attacking it.
And communists' entire system is based on stealing.
Maybe.
All right? The literal commandment number 8 or 7 or one of those. I know it's 8, but technically they all do adultery too. The communists are all whores. So 7 and 8. You could even throw 6 in there. You shall not murder. They literally murder protesters that dissent against them.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Get them out. Get them out. And also number 10, thou shalt not covet. That is exactly how this works. The entire fucking bullshit of communism is all about being jealous that guy earned shit. All right. Oh, that guy earned things, and therefore I'm jealous, and I want to take it from him. All right. So they violated 6, 7, 8, and 10. All right. For those of you paying attention, all right, they definitely don't honor their parents who are capitalists. The parents are capitalists. They made billions. Their sons are nepo babies. That's 5. They also, by the way, for the record, don't believe in God. In fact, they worship Castro and they worship Marx and all these people. So that violates 1 and 2, some would even say. All right, I'm just saying. If the 10 Commandments was a to-do list, these guys would be the goats.
Oh. Damn. Damn. Uh-oh. Communism's canceled. It's done. Basically, Cuba, after seeing Iran, after seeing Venezuela, I think the guy from Cuba is like, okay, I'm going to call you. I see where things are going here.
See, this is called peace through strength, by the way. All right? All our enemies just fucking kill themselves. That's literally how it works.
Cuba's president
Awkward.
confirms the communist government has begun negotiations with Trump. They are negotiating with the United States to initiate the democratic process for the end of the Cuban regime.
Right now at 11, we begin with major breaking news. In a rare move, Cuba has already begun releasing political prisoners. Cuba also confirmed today it's in
political prisoners, by the way, means someone protested and therefore we threw him in jail forever. Right? This is the human rights that Greta Thunberg is fighting to keep going.
talks with the Trump administration. Cuba's leader, Miguel Diaz-Canel, announcing both countries are in the early stages of a possible agreement as the crisis in Cuba deepens.
Director of Cuba, Miguel, this is the same thing, announces that the nation, they have officially given in. They have officially given in to, like, I didn't even know, do we even have a lot of pressure on Cuba yet? Yeah, they're already caving. Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, we had sanctions on them that we couldn't do business with them, and then they fell apart because they actually can't stand on their own 2 feet because they're communists, and communism is an inherently flawed
Trump is going to
system
end up with
that
a
cannot
Nobel
survive
Peace Prize,
without an external force. Communism is actually bullshit.
He's going to get
This
one.
is amazing. We had pressure.
Most of their oil's from Venezuela, and they also get shit from Mexico. Obviously, Mexico doesn't want to deal with us after we took out their cartel guys.
Officially.
Like, dude, you don't understand, bro. You don't understand. This is peace through strength. Peace through strength is our enemies just kill themselves.
Lack of oil from Iran and Venezuela made their country have no energy. Combine that with lack of food from Russia due to the Ukraine war, and you get the fall of Cuba. Thank God. I mean, that's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like millions of people that are going to be liberated from, another communist shithole regime.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what Asman is saying.
Yeah. So obviously, terrible day for retards everywhere.
All right, so that's the first video. That was Cuba. All right, now we got to see what's going on with all of this fucking bullshit reporting. Like, oh man, we don't hate the media enough, you guys. All right, you ready for this one? Because it's going to get even worse.
So, first and foremost, it needs to be known, all right, 60 weeks into the second term, into the second approval average, and Donald Trump is in the lead. Right, everyone talking about how Trump is the most disliked president, yada, yada, everyone hates him, etc., etc. He still is at a 42.9% approval rating, which is higher than Obama during 60 weeks.
That's why I like Nuts. And he cut, like, I don't dislike the new format, like, entirely. I just really liked the old format. I liked my 2 videos a day on Nuxanor, and then my little fun, stupid video over on Nuxtaku. Like, I loved that format. Like, I don't know why we have to change, Nux. I don't like change, man. Why you do this to me?
Into his second term and higher than Bush 60 weeks into his second term. In fact, Americans support President Trump's action against Iran by 10 points. Yeah. This is actually huge. This is 51 to 41% approval rating of blowing.
Now, if you notice, we're getting these things from X.
Up terrorists in the Middle East that are quite literally trying to develop nuclear and ballistic missiles to kill us. All right, let me just lay this out for you. The average human being in America wants those guys fucking dead, all right? Now, too many people are scared to say it. A lot of people don't want to say these things out loud. No, I love peace and harmony and tranquility. I totally would love if we could engage with the dialogue. But the reality is the majority of people want terrorists dead. And that's what makes America awesome. It's one of the many things that makes America awesome. I love America. I love blowing up terrorists. And a lot of people agree with me. And those guys are maybe not vocally doing it because they'll get, I don't know, murdered by an Islamist who's led into our country by people who hate our country or something. But I think the majority of people actually do agree with me. Kill them before they kill you is a biblical doctrine. And quite literally, I'm really happy we're doing that. All right. Trump, everyone on the left is like, actually, Trump needs to wait until a Muslim flies a plane into a building until he can actually fight back. Right. And until they literally drop a nuke on California, we don't want to get involved. Right. That is literally the leftist policy. But that's why they're gay and retarded. All right. And we actually believe, we as in me and all the people that follow this train of thought, we should fucking kill them. That's it. That's the entire train of thought. We should fucking kill them. They want to kill us. They're literally developing weapons to kill us. They say they openly want to kill us. They're trying to kill us. They've killed thousands of us. They're gonna fucking die. That's it. It's actually that simple. Now, the Democrats, unlike Trump, who everyone's saying, oh my God, Trump's approval rating is so bad. If you look at the Democrats' approval rating.
Now, this is, I think this is CNN. So they usually lie on the Democrats' side of things.
Well.
Are voters feeling about Democrats right now?
Yeah, I mean, Democrats in the minds of the American public are lower than the Dead Sea. What are we talking about here? Well, let's take a look. The net approval rating for Democrats in Congress, you said it, Kate Baldwin, the lowest ever. Look at this. Overall, they are 55 points underwater. Their approval rating is south of 20%. It's even worse when you look at independents. Look at this. Negative 61 points. That means that their approval rating is 60.
Yeah, because even on the left, like the average person is like, well, actually, we don't like Trump because he's a fascist, authoritarian Cheeto. But the Democrats are literally importing Muslim rapists.
Yeah.
And like, I know we're not allowed to say out loud that we don't want Muslim rapists to rape us, but quietly, we really don't want to get raped by Muslim rapists.
1 points lower than their disapproval rating. Quinnipiac has been polling this question for the better part of the 21st century. They have never found Democrats, at least those in Congress, in worse shape than they are right now.
Yeah, but I was told desperately by a lot of very informed people that actually everyone hates Trump and Democrats are unbelievably powerful and stuff. That's what I was told. Now, if you didn't think you hated the media enough, you will find out very soon that the media is actually a propaganda wing of the enemy. All right, the media is quite literally a branch of Iran propaganda at this point, which is why Trump wants to start like literally taking them off air for treason. Everyone's saying, "Oh my God, he's silencing them." Well,
they should. There's some very inaccurate reporting that's been going on, and they believe they should have their licenses pulled.
We're at war, and these people are propaganda of the enemy. That is allying with terrorism. This is treason, and a lot of people crying about fighting fair. I'm done. Fighting fair. Fighting fair is for losers. All right, that's what I'm saying. You fight to win. That's what I'm talking about. You fight to fucking win. You have your principles. You don't cave on your principles. You don't let other people dictate what your principles should be. All right, your principles are based on whatever you believe in. For me, it's the Bible, it's God, it's my faith, stuff like that. That is what I believe in, and I believe in absolutely crushing the enemy with overwhelming force.
Really disturbing in the messaging around the war recently, and Eamon, I really want your thoughts on this in particular, is some of the language and the description of their opponent. Sort of the way they seem to create this image of the Iranians and all of their sort of proxies or allies, the sort of imagery that they conjure.
Their proxies are terrorist organizations, by the way. It's not like allies like China and Russia, all right? She's talking about proxies, meaning Hezbollah and Hamas, terrorist organizations, and the Houthis, each of which have killed Americans.
And I think that it takes a certain amount of arrogance, and I'm also going to say it, a bit of racism, to constantly talk about people like they are savages. That is a word that
they are fucking savages.
Yep, 100% agree. And I will be sure to make this distinction. The Persian people are not. Unless you're a Muslim. And then you might be a savage.
They are goat fucking pedophile mass killing savages that.
Yep, all of that belongs to the Muslims and the inbred son bitches running around Pakistan.
Worship demons, all right? They are bloodthirsty monsters, and they need to be destroyed. Right? Was that a little racist?
Like, I'm sorry, like, you guys can call me racist if you want, but, like, they literally be popping out of their moms looking like fucking rat people, and, like, you don't think I'm gonna say there's something wrong with that? Like, fuck you. Like, I got eyeballs, okay? Like, there's something weird coming out of fucking Pakistan. I don't know what the fuck it is, but they look like literal fucking rats.
For you? Was that a little too racist? Yes, they need to get...
They're literally... I saw them, like, they were called, like, the rat family or some shit. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Destroyed. Immediately. Instantly. All of them.
They even, like,
all of the Iranians,
like
and every terrorist, every single part of the military radical Islamist wing, which is directly massacring their own people and our people, need to fucking die. Yep, that's my opinion. That's my stance. Yep, absolutely. Not sure you being racist when you're saying that the guy that raped a goat and then a child and then a goat again, all of a sudden you think that he's a bad guy?
Okay.
I think it's racism. You're not embracing their culture of infinite child fucking and goat.
Call me racist. I could give a fuck less.
Fucking? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, right. So, yeah, my stance is actually it's not racist to recognize that actually a culture that has the political stance, and I'm not exaggerating, the political stance is if a woman dances in public, she gets the death penalty, and you need to rape her before executing her so she doesn't go to heaven as a virgin? Fuck the whole regime. Let them all fucking die. They're backwards savages. All of them. And I don't care if you call me racist, actually. Your words mean nothing.
We have heard.
Agreed. Just want to put that out there. I 150,000% agree with everything the Nux just said. Every little bit of that was perfect. Spot on. And if you're on the other side, you are in fact protecting pedophiles.
Hegseth use.
The word Hegseth used words.
Who are literally on streams with Sneeko talking about how, oh, it's okay to have sex with a 13-year-old as long as she's got big boobs. The fuck is wrong with you people? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
That are racist. Literally, this is the most unbelievable level of bullshit ever. And this is why no one cares about the mainstream media. That's why a retard like me, a blue cartoon on the internet, all right, me, this guy, this fucker over here, I get more views.
Yeah, he
than
does.
MS Now, which is where this broadcast is. Right?
Yeah.
Mainstream media is a joke, an absolute joke. Right? And
It
that's
really
why no
is.
one cares about it. You're going to call me racist?
Yeah, literally, I will not watch the news. I watched a little bit of Fox last night just to get some of the local voting results. So we had primaries. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, I've been smoking. Leave me alone. Just had those yesterday, so I watched a little bit of Fox News last night, but that was it. Just a little bit. It was fun watching Amy fucking crash out after losing on the 7th. Ah, bitch.
Trump's attacks on Iran are racism. Are we serious here for just a second? The Iranian people have been oppressed by this Islamist extremist regime, massacring them by the tens of thousands for voicing their opposition to, quite literally, a death cult of goat-fucking pedophiles. You could call me racist, but they're savages, bastards, and I'm happy they're dying. Yeah, so that's not the only one. Don't worry. Don't worry, that's not the only emphasis of the media running defense for Iran.
One of the
This
most
is Joy
racist
Reid,
fucking
former
people
CNN
on
host. She
fucking
was fired
television.
because she's gay and retarded.
Racist.
Our regime has secret police. They have secret police.
We don't
Our
have
secret police literally investigates crimes and then gives people due process in court after we act.
We don't have any secret police. Like they're not secret. Like they're police. They're not secret. We have a secret service that protects the president, and I think they look after. I think they also look into counterfeit bills. I think they do that too. Like they also have other things that they do, not just protect the president, but that is their main focus now.
Actually investigate after we catch the criminal, we give them due process in court, and then we have an entire legal system to decide if they're guilty or not, based on what they did wrong. Their secret police massacres and rapes children with no trial because they're not Muslim enough. Are we on the same page?
Our regime is oppressing women.
No, we are not on the same page as this thing, Nux.
Taking away abortion rights,
Our regime is not oppressing women, and taking away abortion rights, which, first of all, unfortunately doesn't happen enough, is not actually an oppression of women. That is saving women, because half of the children murdered in abortions, yeah, that's the correct term, half of the children murdered in abortions are women. So if we stopped all abortions, we would be saving 500,000 women a year, and 500,000 men.
Away women's rights in like 26
Well,
countries,
that's probably why they're
26
fighting
states.
it so hard.
Some states where they're trying to have the death penalty for having an abortion.
Based?
I don't want to save any men.
This was a thing? Holy based.
They also oppress women. They have the highest rate of women who are in STEM careers. We're kicking women out of the military, out of university.
If they can't, first of all, they don't have women in the military. All right, they don't let civilians, normal people, be in the military. Their military is absolutely 100%.
They're also marrying their women off at the age of 9. We went over this, guys. We went over this. Do I need to pull it up again? Women are allowed to go up to high school, but they usually leave school early due to being married by the age of 9.
Islamist extremists, all right, just to be clear. And also, just to mention, and I think this is a little bit important, in case you're completely fucking retarded, we're kicking women out of the military if they quite literally cannot meet the same requirements required for men. All right, just to be clear.
We're saying that DEI means women can't be hired for high positions in the science.
No, that's not what DEI means. DEI means didn't earn it. It means that we're not going to be putting people in positions that they didn't qualify for just because they're gay and black. All right? I'm sorry. I don't give a shit about your representation and your orientation and your race and all that shit. You'd get a job if you deserve it and if you have the merit that would make you a possible good person to hire for that position. Quite literally, I don't give a fuck if you are a gay albino tap dancing immigrant from Venezuela. It doesn't actually matter at all to me.
Not even a little.
We're
you guys know what's even crazier? I was listening to a video by the Critical Drinker, and he was doing it. I think it was on the Oscars. They've got a fucking inclusion quota that they have to hit in order to be nominated for an Oscar. Like it's part of the criteria for the nomination is to have an inclusion quota in your movie. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Like, that's not going to make a good movie. Like, we have to hire someone because they're black. We have to hire this person because they're this color. That doesn't hire the best people for your fucking production. And that's probably why your movies have sucked ass for the last fucking decade.
Marginally better. And
we're marginally better than Iran, where they just massacred 40,000 of their own people. What are we even talking about? Like, this is unbelievable. They didn't have money for their own civilians.
And that was in just 2 days. Like, they were protesting for a month and a half. That was a 2-day current event for the 50,000 dead. Like, they've been killing protesters for a while, all over the country. Like, it's probably a lot of dead protesters, guys. Like, a lot.
Iran, because they were using their money on funding terrorism in the Middle East. Okay? They literally, okay, dude, during the Iraq War, they took 8 to 10-year-old children, too young to hold weapons, because yes, they have child soldiers too, and they would have those children walk through minefields, blowing themselves up to clear a path for their military.
Yeah, they did that.
Okay? Right? You cannot possibly compare Iran to the United States of America. And she knows that, but it's all about watering down the argument so that the retards listening have something to nod their heads to.
We're doing it for Christianity, they're doing it for Islam, right? Yeah. So it's like we don't get told those things because it would take away the kind of American exceptionalism narrative.
America is exceptional. It's the best country in the world. In fact, if you don't like it, I think you should leave. Quite literally, you should fucking go. Go to...
Like I said, I don't know if we're the greatest, but we are the most fucking awesome.
Go to Wakanda, okay? Go to the Congo and...
Oh, please go to Wakanda.
Lived out your life there. But the reality is, she's saying that America and Iran are the same. It's just Christianity, Christian fascism versus Islamic fascism. It's totally the same. Are you aware that Christianity and Islam are not the same, actually? Specifically, Islam worships a demon, and Christianity does not. It's just one fundamental difference, I would think. Also, you would not be allowed to do this show that you're doing.
No.
Okay? Quite literally. The show that you're doing right now, you would not be allowed to do it in Iran. Like, you'd not allowed to have your hair uncovered like this. Right? In fact, you'd probably be a slave because they have modern slavery. All right? You wouldn't be able to speak your thoughts. You wouldn't allowed to literally say your opinion if it's negative or contrary.
No, like, unfortunately for her, if she lived in Iran, like, she would have been backhanded for speaking out like this. Like, just by, like, a random guy. Just a random Iranian man would just...
To the actual government? What are we even talking about here?
Well, probably not a random one, but one of the Muslim ones. I still prefer you Persians.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what our media is doing, and that's why Trump is calling them treasonous. All right, so the Trump made this post, this holy moly long-ass post.
Oh, shit.
Iran has long been known as a master of media manipulation of public relations. They are the military, ineffective and weak, but they are really good at feeding the very appreciative fake news, media misinformation.
Yeah.
Now AI has become another disinformation weapon that Iran uses quite well, considering they are being annihilated by the day. They showed phony kamikaze boats shooting at various ships at sea, which look powerful, wonderful, and vicious. But these boats don't exist. It's false information to show how tough they already defeated military is. The 5 U.S. refueling planes that were supposedly struck down and badly damaged, according to the Wall Street Journal's false reporting, and others are all in service with the exception of one, which will be flying in the skies. The buildings and ships that are shown to be on fire are not. It's fake news generated by AI. Right? We have literally an 80-year-old man explaining to...
Now, there were some earlier actual like hits on things. Like there was some damage at a couple of bases. Like obviously we had some service members die due to impacts. So obviously some missiles hit, but that was early on, and like they've been releasing AI video after AI video. Like they sunk the USS Abraham Lincoln like 7 different times. Like.
That's what AI is. This is diabolical. For instance, Iran, working with the close coordination of the fake news media, true, shows our great USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, one of the largest and most prestigious ships in the world, burning uncontrollably in the ocean. Not only is it not burning, it was not even shot at. Iran knows better than to do that. The story was knowingly fake, and in a certain way, you could say that the media outlets that generated it should be brought up on charges for treason. Based, actually. We do not need to have a media ecosystem literally running Islamist, radical Iranian propaganda, in my opinion. We don't need to live like that. All right, you have been convinced and psyoped that, yes, of course, it's just part of life that our literal media ecosystem is working for the enemy. But that is not normal, and we don't need to live like that. But the dissemination of false information, the fact is Iran is being decimated, and the only battles they win are those that they create through AI and distributed by corrupt media outlets. The radical left-wing press knows this full well, but continues to go forward with false stories and lies. That's why their approval rating is so low. I can win a presidential election at a landslide, getting only 5% positive press. They have no credibility. I am so thrilled to see Brendan Carr, chairman of the Federal Communication Commission, looking at the licenses of some of these corrupt and highly unpatriotic news organizations that get billions of dollars of free American airwaves, and they use it to perpetuate lies, both in the news and almost all their shows, including the late-night morons who get gigantic salaries for horrible ratings and never get, as I used to say in The Apprentice, fired. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. This is actually based. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but there really are FCC regulations, quite literally, right? Our taxpayer dollars are funding the media, which is quite literally
supposed to stay unbiased. That's why it gets our tax dollars, because they're supposed to be news, not propaganda.
False information disseminator from our enemy. All right, just understand how insane this is. At the very least, well, our tax dollars need to stop funding them. And I'm surprised that this wasn't brought up earlier, but actually bringing them on charges for treason is based as fuck. Oh no, but what about freedom of speech? Sorry.
Do it. Please. Please.
Sorry, you don't get freedom of speech to take our tax dollars and use it to
the only problem is they'd be tried in a federal fucking building, which is in a big city, which is going to get filled with a bunch of fucking Democrats. Like, that's the problem. Like, bringing in a jury from a big city is bringing in a mostly Democrat jury.
Propagate literal propaganda from our military adversary. Sorry, fuckaroo. That's not how it's going to work anymore. In fact, speaking of the news, Trump briefed that Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, is probably gay. And President has priceless reaction. This is the best news. Gay Ayatollah is easily the best news of the day. All right, there's a lot of insane shit.
That would explain why he was having his impotency issues, and he went to the UK 4 separate times to see doctors for impotency. He was impotent, but yeah, he went 4 times. So this would explain why he couldn't get it up for a woman, is because he's gay.
that I still have for the rest of the video, but gay Ayatollah, holy moly, it doesn't get any better than this. Now you know why the previous Ayatollah, his father Ali Khamenei, who's dead now, rotting in hell, it didn't want him to take over. He literally had 88 people that he wanted to put in front of his son. Now we know why. It's because he has a micro penis and he's gay. And he went to England for treatment for gayness or something. I don't know. He went to England for all sorts of literal penis treatments like hundreds of times over the last couple of decades. This is a real fact, by the way. And now he's briefed. Now President Trump was briefed that he's probably gay.
Chronic
and that's probably why Ali Khamenei, his father, didn't want him to take over. Now Ali Khamenei's dead, and so are the next 88 people. This is
and a few more. There's a few more. Quite a few more.
Literally true, by the way. Like, if you would just not read the news or follow my videos or my coverage, you wouldn't even believe this is real. It's so insane. But it's true. Ali Khamenei's dead. So are the next 88 people. So they have to put this guy, who's currently in a coma or dead, we still didn't get proof of life, a gay Ayatollah with a micro penis. This is all real. I'm not even kidding. Like, this sounds fake, but it's actually true. So a gay Ayatollah with a micro penis might actually be the supreme leader of Iran. All right. So this was Trump's reaction, apparently. U.S. intelligence, oh my God, reportedly indicates that Iran's new supreme leader, Mustafa Khamenei, may be a homosexual. According to sources cited by the New York Post, Trump reportedly laughed aloud in surprise when briefed on the intelligence. According to sources, this is fucking insane. Right. Especially because, I mean, obviously homosexuality is illegal in Iran and punishable by death.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously this is pretty diabolical. This is actual footage of Ayatollah Khamenei, the new one, doing a media interview.
Why are you gay?
Yes. So this is real footage. This is not AI, all right? That's actually real footage. So, in fact, speaking of real footage and actual media, and this is the craziest part. So our media is literally running defense for Iran constantly, all right? You're racist if you hate Iran or something. Now, breaking news, a TV commentator from Kuwait, all right, this is a Muslim country, says that Iran is more dangerous to us than Israel, all right? Iran somehow managed to push all the Arab nations in the Middle East closer to Israel. This is fucking insane.
اليوم من هو الأخطر على العالم العربي إسرائيل أو إيران؟ إيران.
Right, so directly stating that Iran is more dangerous than Israel to these guys. Like this is unbelievable. It's insane. Holy shit. Oh.
One flies over the top and one shoots missiles at him. Like there's a difference. Like, duh.
Oh my God. Now, Iran has been firing missiles at civilians again, and this is just from today. An Iranian missile exploded over Jerusalem's Old City. Its fragments fell on the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Jewish quarter, and the Temple Mount near Al-Aqsa Mosque. Iranian regime fighting missiles towards Jerusalem holy sites. And for the record, for those actually keeping track, both the United States and our ally Israel have not struck a single civilian target on purpose ever in any war so far that we know of. By the way, this is a true reporting, all right? And you can look at the fake news talking about how, oh, civilians died. Yeah, there's a war, dumb fuck. There are casualties, and quite literally, if you didn't want there to be a war, then maybe the radical Islamist extremists in Iran shouldn't have been trying to build nuclear weapons, saying death to America and try to destroy us.
That would have made things a lot easier.
To kill Donald Trump and quite literally kill thousands of Americans. If they didn't want a war, then they probably shouldn't have done any of that. Now they got a war, and they're going to fucking die. And yeah, there's going to be casualties, and their blood is on the hands of the Iranian terrorists. Don't let the media manipulate you. All right, and you can't make this up. All right, this is literally an Islamic regime figure from Iran doing an interview with our media. Of course, obviously, they won't. Let's not give Trump. Let's not play Trump uninterrupted.
How? But there's no internet in Iran. How is he connected to America? Iran doesn't have any internet.
But let's give an uninterrupted media appearance to Iranian regime. All right, so this is what they had to say.
I just do want to point out, you're speaking to us via Zoom. The Iranian people don't have open internet access, but you do. Why?
Well, because I'm the voice of Iranians, and I have to defend their right.
Right,
so this is
right. We have silenced all of our people in all of Iran. We have taken away all of their internet ability to speak. Only I am allowed to speak on their behalf,
My
fighting
voice
for their rights as we massacre them in their beds.
Access to internet to just have our voice being heard by the international community.
He needs to be blown up.
He is speaking on behalf of all of the Iranians whose internet he shut off.
Internet
What a
is
guy.
closed
Thanks,
because of
sir.
What a
security
guy.
reasons,
Get
because we
him.
are under attack, we are under
Right.
aggression, and we have to do everything to protect our people. In any country, there are,
We have to protect our people after he massacres 40,000 of his own people.
urgent measures taken for the sake of war.
Urgent, it was so urgent because of war. We had to turn off internet. We turned it off a few months before war.
Once we're done
Don't ask
blowing up all the
questions.
terrorists.
It's easier to kill them when they cannot scream. But I speak on their
There's
behalf.
clearly still one alive. Yeah, you can watch the full videos over on his Nook Snore channel, but they're 2 hours long, so we can't do that here.